Welcome to the Madison Miller Podcast. Today is Wednesday, August 13th, 2025. MLB, WNBA, soccer, Little League World Series, golf, NFL quarterback rankings, news and notes, and best bet. We're going to start with baseball. We'll go over yesterday's games, look at today's games. I know there's matinee games going on as we speak, and that's okay. Mariners over the Orioles 1-0. Yankees over the Twins 9-1. Guardians over the Marlins 4-3. Reds over the Phillies 6-1. Jays over the Cubs 5-1. Mets over the Braves 13-5. White Sox over the Tigers 9-6. Brewers over the Pirates 14-0. That's impressive. 11 straight wins, and that was Paul Skeens on the mound. Royals over the Nats 8-5. Rockies over the Cards 3-0. D-backs over the Rangers 3-2. Red Sox over the Astros 14-1. Angels over the Dodgers 7-6-10 on a walk-off single by Joe Adele. So the Angels beat Shohei Ohtani and the Dodgers. Padres over the Giants 5-1. A's over the Rays 6-0. Going on right now, Nats up on the Royals 5-0 in the first. Tigers White Sox scoreless after 1. Pirates Brewers mid-first 0-0. And Rockies Cardinals zip mid-first. All right, coming up in a little bit, Diamondbacks Rangers. Zach Gallen and Merrill Kelly. Zach Gallen's been awful this year. I don't know what's going on there, but he's way better than what his statistics are saying. Rangers minus 148, D-backs plus 126, over under 7.5, overs minus 124, unders plus 102. D-backs plus 1.5 is minus 170, Rangers minus 1.5 is plus 140. I'm going to go, this is a hard one because of how bad Gallen's been. I'm going to go with alternate runs, over 8.5 at plus 110. 345, Padres Giants, Nick Pivetta and Kylie Tang. The Padres minus 146, the Giants are plus 124, over under 7.5, overs minus 128, unders plus 104. Padres minus 1.5 plus 112, Giants plus 1.5 is minus 34. I'm going with the under at plus money. 5 o'clock, Phil's Reds. Chris Sanchez and Hunter Green. Phil's minus 126, Reds plus 108, over under 8.5, overs minus 102, unders minus 120. Phil's minus 1.5 plus 126, Reds plus 1.5 is minus 152. Great game, great pitching matchup. I'm going to go with an alt total again, except this time I'm going to go under 7.5 at plus 116. 6:30, Mariners Orioles. Logan Gilbert and Trevor Rogers. Mariners minus 148, O's plus 126, over under 8.5, overs even money, unders minus 122. Mariners minus 1.5 plus 114, O's plus 1.5 minus 137. I'm going to take the Orioles straight up at plus 126. Trevor Rogers, 5-2 at the 1.44. Marlins Guardians. Yuri Perez and Gavin Williams. Guardians minus 136, Marlins plus 116, over under 7.5, overs minus 120, unders minus 102. Marlins plus 1.5 is minus 182. Guardians minus 1.5 plus 150. I'm going to take the under at minus 102. 7 o'clock on Prime Video locally here, Twins Yankees. Joe Ryan and Cam Schlitter. Yankees minus 152, Twins plus 138, over under 8.5, overs minus 118, unders minus 104. Twins plus 1.5 is minus 56, Yankees minus 1.5 is plus 130. The Yankees are going for the sweep of the team that they've owned forever and ever and ever. I'm going to go, if the Twins weren't playing the Yankees, I'd take the Twins. Joe Ryan is good. I'm going under 8.5 minus 104. I'm going to say Twins first 5 is a good bet, but the Yankees probably win the game. So Twins plus 102 first 5 innings is good. Full game, I'm going to go with the under. I do like Twins first 5 innings as well, but I think the Yankees probably win the game. So they're better. Or not that they're better. Yeah, they are better than the Twins. But what was I saying? Like, not that they're playing any much better in general, but like they play better than the Twins. As they own them. Cubs, Blue Jays. Cade Horton, Kevin Gossman. Jays minus 134, Cubs plus 116, over under 8.5, overs minus 115, unders minus 105, Cubs plus 1.5 minus 184, Jays minus 1.5 plus 152. I'm going to go with the under again. I love a lot of unders today, and I am not an unders person. Fox Sports 1, Braves Mets. Carlos Carrasco, David Peterson. Mets minus 205, Braves plus 172, over under 8.5, overs minus 124, unders plus 102. Braves plus 1.5 minus 114, Mets minus 1.5 minus 105. I'm going to take the Mets on the run line, minus 1.5 at minus 105. Carlos Carrasco stunk this year across a couple teams, and in the Mets, David Peterson's been pretty good. Red Sox, Astros. Walker Buehler, Hunter Brown. Astros minus 158, Sox plus 134, over under 8, overs minus 105, unders minus 115. Red Sox plus 1.5 is minus 62. Astros minus 1.5 plus 134. I'm going to go with Astros over 4.5 runs plus 108. They should score more than 4 runs off of Walker Buehler, who's been terrible for Boston. 9:30, Dodgers, Angels. Shohei Ohtani and Kyle Hendricks. So Shohei Ohtani is pitching. Dodgers minus 210, Angels plus 176, over under 9.5, overs minus 102, unders minus 120. Dodgers minus 1.5 is minus 130, Angels plus 1.5 is plus 108. I think the total is too high. I'm going to go under 8.5 at plus 126. And last but not least, Rays, A's, MLB Network. Dodgers, Angels, also MLB Network, too. Drew Rasmussen and JT Ginn. Rays minus 132, A's plus 112, over under 9.5, overs minus 105, unders minus 115. Rays minus 1.5 plus 126, A's plus 1.5 minus 152. I'm going to lay the 1.5 at the Rays at plus 126. I don't want to go near the total because it's Sacramento and they inflate the totals with Sacramento because of that ballpark. Okay, now move on to the WNBA. We'll go over the results results from yesterday. And today, we have a lot of games. Liberty over the Sparks, 105-97. The Liberty are 21-11. Sparks, 15-17. I was wrong with that one. I thought the Sparks would win that outright. Wings over the Fever, 81-80. And the Wings won outright. They're 9-24, Indy 18-15. All right, 7 o'clock tonight, Sky Sun. This is like the toilet bowl of the WNBA, and it's offensive to say it like that because neither of these teams are good, and that's usually a phrase we use in the NFL. The Sun are 3.5-point favorites, total's 158.5. I'm gonna go with the over. 7:30, Valkyries, Mystics. The Mystics are 1-point favorites, total's 148.5. I'm going to lay the 1 with the Mystics at home. I think that's a rat line. 9:30, ESPN, Liberty Aces. So, finals rematch. The Aces are 2.5-point favorites at home, totals 172. I'm going to lay the 2.5 with the Aces. Liberty on the second of a back-to-back. Aces are going to remind people who they are. And then 10 o'clock, Dream Storm. The Storm are 2-point favorites, totals 160.5. That's another rat line to me. I'm going to lay the 2 at the Seattle Storm against the Atlanta Dream. Okay, now move on to soccer. We'll go over the results from yesterday, and look ahead to today and a little bit of tomorrow as well. So we did the Super Cup already. Conference League qualifying. We didn't do results from yesterday morning on the show. Oh wait, they all went last week. So today, Istanbul BB Viking FK 1-1 draw. Istanbul Başakşehir advances 4-2 on aggregate. There's a lot tomorrow. Third round, 10 o'clock, FC Astana and Lausanne Sports. Lausanne Sports leads 3-1 on aggregate. Astana's plus 110. Lausanne is 2-1 on the road, and then the draw is plus 270. I'm going to go with the draw plus 270. I think there's value there. 12 o'clock, Ararat and Sparta. Sparta leads 4-1 on aggregate. They're minus 170 favorites. Ararat is plus 380. The draw is plus 320. Under 2.5 goals plus 108. Saba and Levski Sofia. Sofia leads 1-0 on aggregate. Saba's plus 150. Sofia's plus 170. The draw is plus 220. I'm going to go with the draw plus 220. 12:30, Levadia Tallinn and Differdange 03. Levadia Tallinn leads 3-2 on aggregate. They're minus 130 favorites. Differdange is plus 320. The draw is plus 270. I'm going to go with under 2.5 goals at minus 108. Poxy SC and Paliza. Paliza leads 3-0 on aggregate. Pox is plus 105. Paliza is plus 220. The draw is plus 250. I'm going to say the draw plus 250. Hammarby and Rosenborg, they're tied on aggregate. Hammarby's minus 110. Rosenborg is plus 290. The draw is plus 230. We'll go with the draw plus 230. The draws are very valuable here. Sheriff and Anderlecht. Anderlecht leads 3-0 on aggregate. They're minus 120 favorites. Sheriff's plus 280. The draw is plus 280 also. I'm going to go over 2.5 goals minus 118. Omonia, Nicosia, Araz, Naxavan. Omonia leads 4-0 on aggregate. They're minus 290 favorites. Araz is plus 650. The draw is 4-1. Under 2.5 goals plus 112. Coyote, ETOFC, and AIK. AIK leaves 2-1 on aggregate. I don't know why I can't find the game. I found it. Gary's plus 135. AIK is 2-1. The draw's plus 220. Let me go with AIK at 2-1. FC Vaduz and AZ Alkmaar. Alkmaar leads 3-0 on aggregate. Alkmaar's minus 300. Vaduz is 6-1. The draw's plus 470. I'm going to go over 3.5 goals minus 108. Brøndby Vikinger. Vikinger leads 3-0 on aggregate. Brondby's minus 600. Vikings 11-1. The draw is 6-1. To qualify, Vikinger minus 188 is pretty good. But I'm going to go over 3.5 goals at minus 106. Beatar and Riga FC. Riga FC leads 3-0 in aggregate. Beatar's plus 130 FK. Riga plus 165. The draw's plus 270. I'm going to go with FK Riga plus 165. Arda and Kono Zalgiris. Arda leads 1-0 on aggregate. They're plus 115. FK Kuno plus 220. Draw plus 230. I'm going to go with Arda plus 115. 2 o'clock, Neiman Grodno and KL Klosvik. Klosvik leads 2-0 in aggregate. Some reason I can't find it. There, I guess we'll do an ESPN bet. Arda plus 115. Calling up plus 225. The draw is plus 215. Over 2.5 goals plus 110 is a good one. Oh, wait, or we did that one already. Yeah, we did. Arda plus 115, right. I was looking for the Klosvik one. Found it. NK Selji plus 110. Lugano's plus 195. Draw plus 290. Oh, wait, that's the other match. I'm going to go Selji plus 115. Grodno and Klosvik we can't find. So, Grodno plus 110. Klosvik plus 230. Draw plus 220. I'm going to go with Grodno plus 110. Besiktas and St. Patrick's. Besiktas leads 4-1 on aggregate. Besiktas minus 1,000. St. Patrick's 17-1. The draws plus 850. We're going to go under 3.5 goals minus 106. AEK, Athens, and Aris Limassol. They're tied on aggregate. Athens minus 250. Aris 6-1. The draws plus 360. Under 2.5 goals plus 116. Maccabi Haifa and Rakow. Haifa leads 1-0 in aggregate. Haifa plus 220. Rakow plus 115. Draw plus 230. So Rakow's favored on the road. I'm going to go with the draw plus 230. That's valuable. 215. Jagiellonia and Skillborg. Jagiellonia leads 1-0 on aggregate. They're even money. Skillborg's plus 250. Draw plus 240. I'm going to go with Jagiellonia at even money. And they're home. 2-3. Trnava and CSU Craiova. Craiova leads 3-0 on aggregate. Trnava minus 105. Craiova plus 220. Draw plus 290. Craiova's red hot. I'm taking him plus 220. 245. Linfield and Vikinger Goda. Goda leads 2-0 in aggregate. Linfield minus 220. Goda 5-1. The draws plus 310. I'll go with the draw plus 310. That's really valuable. Dundee United, Rapid Vienna. They're tied on aggregate. Vienna minus 130. Dundee 3-1. The draws plus 270. Vienna and the money line parlay, I think, would be good. I'm going to go with under 2.5 goals at plus 106. Dynamo City and Hedge Duke split. Split leads 2-0 in aggregate. Hedge Duke split minus 150. Dynamo's plus 370. The draw's plus 260. Under 2.5 goals, minus 108. All right, 3 o'clock. AC Vitris and FC Milzami. FC Milzami minus 220. SS Vitris 5-1. The draws plus 330. Let's go over 3.5 goals plus 166. We're going to have fun with that one. Ignita and Olympiaja. Tied on aggregate. Olympiaja's plus 130. Ignita's 2-1. The draw's 2-1. We'll go with Olympija at plus 130. Santa Clara and Larnay. Santa Clara leads 3-0 in aggregate. Third minus 1,000. Larnay's 18-1. The draw's 6-1. For this one, I'm going to go under 2.5 goals minus 108. Vienna and Benik Ostrava. Benik Ostrava leads 4-3 on aggregate. So Vienna's minus 175, Ostrava's plus 350, the draw's plus 330. I'm going to go into a qualify for the next round. Vienna, minus 110. Shamrock and Balkani. Balkani leads 1-0 on aggregate. Shamrock, minus 115. Balkani, plus 280. Draw plus 240. And go Shamrock at minus 115. Hibernian FK Partian. Hibernian leads 2-0 on aggregate. Hibernian is even money. Parts on 2-1. The draw is plus 280. We go with Hibernian at even money. All right, Little League World Series. That was a while for soccer. It began today from Williamsport. Last I checked, it was a middle of the fourth inning of the first game. We still have that to get to. Soccer's not done yet. We have Carabao Cup. I forgot about it. Swansea over Crawley 3-1. Doncaster over Borough 4-0. Stockport over Crewe 3-1. Millwall over Newport 1-0. Preston over Barrow 1-0. Bradford over Blackburn 2-1. Port Vale over Blackpool 1-0. Bristol City over MK Dons 2-0. Cambridge over Bristol Rovers 2-1 or 2-0. Cardiff over Swindon 2-1. Charlton over Stevenage 3-1. Mansfield over Chesterfield 2-0. Coventry over Luton 1-0. Wimbledon Gillingham 1-1 draw. Wimbledon advances 4-2 on penalties. Grimsby over Shrewsbury 3-1. Wrexham over Hull 3-3 draw, but they advance 5-3 on penalties. Wycombe over Leyton Orient 1-0. Southampton over Northampton 1-0. Oxford United over Colchester 1-0. Plymouth over QPR 3-2. Reading over Portsmouth 2-1. Rotherham Salford City 0-0 draw. Rotherham advances 3-2 on penalties. Stoke Walsall 0-0 draw. Stoke advances 4-3 on penalties. Accrington over Peterborough 2-1. Norwich City over Watford 2-1. Derby West Brom 1-1 draw. Derby advances 3-2 on penalties. Wigan over Notts County 1-0. Lincoln City for Harrogate 3-1. Ipswich Bromley 1-1 draw. Bromley advances 5-4 on penalties. And then Tranmere and Burton Albion. That result is not popping up. Let me look that up. Yeah, it's not showing up on the Oh, it was postponed due to power outage. There you go. That makes sense. All right, all these games are getting underway. Both in Sheffield Wednesday. I think I gave out these picks already. Yes, I did. But there's other soccer that I want to get to for tonight. Carabao Cup I did already. But I had to touch on those results. So, we have the U.S. Open Cup tonight, 7:30. The Philadelphia Union hosting the New York Red Bulls. Good game. The Union are minus 625 favorites. The Red Bulls are 5-1. The draws plus 380. I mean, traditionally, that's a good game. The Union have bounced back a little bit after a dismal season last year. The Red Bulls are a big underdog. So I'm going to pull up U.S. Open. So for this one, I'm going to go with over 3.5 goals at plus 130. We did PSG Spurs already. But yeah, we did Carabao Cup. I just forgot. So sorry, guys. Now we do Little League World Series. So, like I said, it started today. Bottom of the 5th right now. Venezuela over Puerto Rico, 3-0. Coming up on ESPN, Vegas and Illinois, so Nevada, Illinois. 5 o'clock, Panama and Australia. 7 o'clock, ESPN, Connecticut, Texas. I'm saying Nevada, Australia, and Texas win. And then 1 o'clock tomorrow on ESPN is Czech Republic, Japan. Japan's usually good. 3 o'clock, Massachusetts, South Carolina. I think Massachusetts. 5 o'clock, Chinese Taipei, Mexico. We'll go with, that's a tough one. We'll go with Mexico, and then South Dakota, Pennsylvania in primetime tomorrow night. We'll go with Pennsylvania. All right, now move on to golf. We have the BMW Championship coming up. It all begins tomorrow. We'll do tee times and I'll make a pick. 9:21, JT Potts, and 9:32, Xander Schauffele, Michael Kim. 9:43, Kurt Katayama, Thomas Dietrich. 9:54, Ryan Fox and Taylor Pendrith. 10:05, Scott Stevens, Lucas Glover. 10:16, Victor Hovland, Ashke Bahita. 10:27, Shane Lowry, Nate Taylor. 10:43, Brian Harmon, Patrick Cantlay. 10:54, Keegan Bradley, Matt McNeely. 11:05, Ben Griffin, Ryan Henley. 11:16, Scotty Scheffler, Rory McIlroy. 11:27, Andrew Novak, Harry English. 11:38, Ricky Fowler, Jonathan Vegas. 11:54, Harry Hall, Jason Day. 12:05, Siwoo Kim, Matt Fitzpatrick. 12:16, Denny McCarthy and Brian Campbell. 12:27, Ryan Gerard, Daniel Berger. 12:38, Chris Goddard and Jacob Bridgman. 12:49, Sunjam, Sam Burns. 1:05, Robert McIntyre, Hideki Matsuyama. 1:16, Colin Morikawa, Corey Connors. 1:27, Justin Thomas, Tommy Fleetwood. 1:38, Justin Rose, J.J. Spawn. 1:49, Lovie Gayberg and Cam Young. 2 o'clock, Taylor Hogue, Bailey Cauley. There you have it. And this is from Caves Valley Golf Club in Baltimore. Well, really in a suburb of Baltimore, Owings Mills, Maryland. So for this one, this is a good one. So I have my eye on a golfer that I think people are very high on. He's probably one of the favorites in this event. He's 22-1. Levi Gayberg. That's who I'm going to give out for this tournament. Alrighty. NFL quarterback rankings. My rankings are back. The annual rankings, obviously. I did not do them for baseball this year because I was on hiatus. Quarterback rankings are probably my favorite rankings to do because they always involve some controversy. So, without further ado, here we go with my 2025 NFL quarterback rankings. And then we go from 32-1. And all the quarterbacks here are the QB1s listed on OurLads.com as of now. 32, Spencer Rattler, Saints. 31, Daniel Jones, Colts. 30, Joe Flacco, Browns. 29, Russell Wilson, Giants. 28, Justin Fields, Jets. 27, Aaron Rodgers, Steelers. 26, Cam Ward, Titans. 25, J.J. McCarthy, Vikings. 24, Michael Penix, Falcons. 23, Caleb Williams, Bears. 22, Drake May, Patriots. 21, Bo Nix, Broncos. 20, Bryce Young, Panthers. 19, Sam Darnold, Seahawks. 18, Trevor Lawrence, Jaguars. 17, Tua Tagovailoa, Dolphins. 16, Geno Smith, Raiders. 15, Kyler Murray, Cardinals. 14, Jared Goff, Lions. 13, Jordan Love, Packers. 12, Brock Purdy, 49ers. 11, Justin Herbert, Chargers. 10, Dak Prescott, Cowboys. 9, Baker Mayfield, Buccaneers. 8, Matthew Stafford, Rams. 7, C.J. Stroud, Texans. 6, Jaden Daniels, Commanders. 5, Jalen Hurts, Eagles. 4, Joe Burrow, Bengals. 3, Lamar Jackson, Ravens. 2, Josh Allen, Bills. 1, Patrick Mahomes, Kansas City Chiefs. The top 3 is very debatable at this point. A lot of people think that Mahomes has been surpassed by Allen and even Lamar from a regular season standpoint, but Patrick Mahomes still has the belt. He has 3 rings. Case closed. Josh Allen, I think, is definitively ahead of Lamar Jackson. Because Josh Allen, to me, has not faltered in big games of recently. Lamar has. And Josh Allen is not why the Bills didn't go to the Super Bowl last year. The defense hurt them when it mattered. And that's not on Josh Allen. Lamar Jackson's really good in the regular season. I mean, he just kind of falters in the postseason. A lot of people think he's the quarterback version of Clayton Kershaw. Joe Burrow I had at 4. To me, that was obvious. He belongs in the conversation with those guys, but he's 4th. And he needs to stay healthy. Jalen Hurts has a Super Bowl ring. He belongs in the top 5. Should probably have 2 Super Bowl rings. Not for a bogus call at the end of the first Chiefs Super Bowl. Jaden Daniels, all the way at 6, will surprise a lot of people. He took the team to the NFC Championship. He revived that franchise. And I think he is a notch above all the other young quarterbacks right now that around his age. CJ Stroud's the closest one to him. I think that that offensive line in Houston hurt him last year, and there's a lot of injuries with his skill guys, and that's not his fault that he took a step back last year. Matthew Stafford, he's not healthy right now, but when he's healthy, he's productive and he's good. Baker Mayfield belongs in the top 10. Baker Mayfield has found the home in Tampa. A lot of people thought that after the Bucs paid him, he was going to turn out like Daniel Jones did with the Giants. But he proved everybody wrong. That infrastructure there is good, and I'm not a big Todd Bowles fan, but he's done a good job with the Buccaneers since he's been there. And Liam Cohen, I do think that will be a big loss. But I think Baker Mayfield's somebody that can overcome it. Dak Prescott. When he's healthy, the Cowboys play good football. And Dak plays good football. I'm surprised I had him this high, but here we are. Justin Herbert, Brock Purdy, Jordan Love, I think belong in the same kind of group. Herbert and Love, obviously two young guys with a lot of potential. Love, obviously, was hurt last year, so maybe he should be higher than this. Herbert, I think, is right where he should be, but arguably lower. He's just not in the top 10. I think he's faltered in big games too much, and he doesn't belong, obviously, with the Burrow group, which everybody thinks he does, but he's an analytics darling. He's a Jim Harbaugh darling. And he's just a darling with the media. And Purdy, he was hurt last year, but when he wasn't hurt, he actually played well. And he maybe had 2 bad games all year, but I just think there's too many haters out there for him because they hate the 49ers or whatever. Or maybe they think he's a Shanahan product. But I like Brock Purdy. Jared, all right, so in the rest of the group, so Goff, we'll see how he is without Ben Johnson. That's going to be a storyline to follow all year. Kyler, a lot of people have high expectations for the Cardinals. Geno Smith, he is a significant upgrade of what the Raiders used to have, obviously. But the thing with Geno, he just doesn't have a high ceiling. Tua, is there because of his past and his concussion problems. But it's kind of like Dak. If the Dolphins are a good football team when he's on the field. But there's just a lot of drama with the Dolphins, and I don't think Tua was good last year. Trevor Lawrence obviously was not good last year. A lot of people thought he was going to be in that top group, but he stunk last year. And so did the Jaguars. Sam Darnold, I think, is going to take a step back with a different team. Bryce Young, I think, has a chance to be higher on this list come the season's end. Same for Bo Nix on Denver. Drake May, Caleb Williams, I think they're facing big year twos. I thought Drake May was a little bit better than Caleb Williams last year, and that's why Drake's ahead of Caleb. J.J. McCarthy, I think, could be higher, too, with the infrastructure with the Vikings. Cam Ward's in that group because he's a rookie quarterback. And then a couple washed-up veterans in there, and Aaron Rodgers and Russell Wilson. And to be honest with you, Russell Wilson would have been ahead of Aaron Rodgers if Russell Wilson was on the Steelers instead of the Giants. So that's why Rodgers is ahead of Wilson, because of the teams they're on. And the infrastructure of Mike Tomlin. That's just respect there for Tomlin, with Rodgers not in the bottom 5. And then Justin Fields I have in the middle there because I just think he's blah. He's meh. Although the Jets do have a lot of talent around him. Joe Flacco stinks. He only had that one good year at the Browns, and everybody got excited. And then Daniel Jones, we know what he is. We saw that with the Giants. And then Spencer Rattler's obviously definitively the worst quarterback in the league. Okay, news and notes. So we do have some stuff to get to. So Jake Fromm, the former Georgia quarterback, has a viral new job as he makes the move to insurance, but it's not State Farm. So Abdul Carter got kicked off the podium as he gets the little bro treatment. The Blazers are saying in Portland, as new ownership doesn't have plans to move the franchise, the Carolina Hurricanes owner Tom Dundon bought it. It's going to be sold for over $4 billion. The Twins owners are not selling as the Pollitt family explored a wide range of potential investment and ownership possibilities before the decision. Pete Alonso passed Darryl Strawberry to become the Mets franchise leader in home runs. That's awesome. Shader Sanders looks like he hurt his oblique. Nolan McLean make his MLB debut Saturday against the Mariners. That's a big deal for the Mets. Taylor Swift is going to be on New Heights with the Kelseys, so that's exciting. The Flyers win the grievance against the NHL Players Association as the Players Association challenged Philly's termination of Ryan Johansson's contract last year. The first team to clinch a WNBA playoff spot is the Minnesota Lynx after the Wings beat the Fever. Wow, Jerry Jones reveals that he had cancer. He says he survived stage 4 melanoma in 2010. Wow. That came out of left field. Glad that Jerry survived that. Never want to wish bad on anybody that is involved with the team I don't root for or root against. In my football team's case, obviously. You obviously, like I said, don't root for anything bad that happened like that. So glad that he's doing good. That was a shocker. So Kevin Stefanski calls Myles Garrett getting cited for driving 100 miles an hour Saturday extremely disappointing. Tennessee is switching to Adidas as they're making the move back to Adidas after 12 years with Nike. And there you have it for news and notes. Best bet brought to you by FanDuel. I didn't like any of the baseball ones, so I'm going to go to soccer. Because I think that there's more value in some of these soccer plays than they are in any of the baseball plays. So I'm going to go to conference qualifiers. And I will go with one tomorrow. So I'm going to have to wait for it to cash. And that is going to be there was one I liked. I might back out of it because just the uncertainty. Yeah, I'm going to back out of soccer. Sorry. False alarm. I can never freaking decide what I'm going to do. There were a couple baseball ones I liked. And I like that Astros overruns against Boston. Because I just don't like Walker Buehler. And plus, then if I went to soccer, I would have had to wait for tomorrow. That would have been a pain in the ass. So I'm going to go over 4.5 Astro runs plus 112. So there you have it for the show. And I'll be back tomorrow recapping everything. Look at everything tomorrow as well. Have a good one, everyone.